The divisional playoff of the NFL is here, and we're very excited. It's going to be a very good weekend. Four great games, eight great teams, and we're here to cover it all. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys that viewed our last reaction to James Harden's trade and the things you've been watching all across our page recently. We reach you all the love. For new viewers, follow us on IG section.300. Follow us on Twitter, Section 300 Sports. Our ads are below as well for online. Definitely reach out to us and subscribe to the show here for all the people that view us on YouTube. So we are back again. Thank you guys for tuning in. And yeah, as I said to start, the divisional round of the NFL playoffs are here, and we're very excited. Alec, what game are you most excited for? Where are we starting with the games this weekend?
Well, game I'm most excited for is probably Ravens-Bills. That's not the first one I'll start with. We'll get to it. I was thinking this week too, since it's only 4 games, maybe we could do like score predictions as well too.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. The first game up, we got the Rams at the Packers. I think this should be a really great one. The Packers obviously had that first round bye with that 1 seed in the NFC. Aaron Rodgers likely the MVP of the league this season. Mm-hmm. The Rams coming off a great win against Seattle, where their defense was dominant yet again. So what are your thoughts on this matchup?
First, I want to say I'm impressed by the Rams. I picked the Seahawks last week because I thought, though they both had good defenses, the Seahawks offense would find a way to break through. But instead, it was the opposite. The Rams offense looked very impressive, whether it was with John Wofford, who played just for, I think it was few snaps, if that, before going down with the head injury, and he had a brace going into the truck from what I remember watching during that game. Hopefully he's okay. Though he actually is reported out this week. Hopefully, just long term, he is okay. But Jared Goff back under center, and him being the guy from the jump, anyways. I think they are in good position to put up a real good fight against this high powered Green Bay offense. So. I want to go with the Rams. Mm-hmm. I want to, but I think Aaron Rodgers puts on a show this weekend. I think even with how good this Rams defense has looked, even though Aaron Donald still will be in this game, though he had the rib injury last game, though Jalen Ramsey has proven he can go up against whoever we put in front of him and shut them down. I think this year with Aaron Rodgers feeling like he has something to prove all year long. I think him continuing on that mission, the team following along with him, trying to prove that, and the defense being able to do enough against Jared Goff, still trying to work things out. I know how they looked last week against the Seahawks, but I think they can slow him down enough for Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, the best receiver in the game right now, to make something happen and get a victory this weekend. So I don't think it's going to be a crazy shootout, anything like that. Though I do think Aaron Rodgers is going to put up some points. I think it's going to be around the 31-21 type of range, which I guess is somewhat high scoring, but it's not crazy shootout like some would expect. So that's what I'm going with the Packers over the Rams.
Okay. I'm gonna do what you said you wanted to do, and I'm gonna go with the Rams in this one. I think, me personally, I'm as an NFL viewer, I think I'm partial to teams with elite defense. I think defense wins championships personally. And great offense obviously can beat great defense, but I think many times we've seen defenses drag teams even to the Super Bowl, like the 49ers last year. It wasn't Jimmy G who was taking them to the promised land. That defense was what got them there. I think the Rams really impressed me last week. We both picked the Seahawks last week.
Right.
And the Rams defense yet again came through for them. Aaron Donald with that pass rush. Hopefully he's 100%. I think he had what seemed like maybe a rib type of injury in the game where he had the wind kind of knocked out of him.
They say he might not be 100%, though he himself said he would. The kind of mental games they play. I'm going to be not 100%, but they say he is still fighting through it, but will play.
Right. And then another major potential injury issue too was Cooper Kupp. Hurt his knee real late game and kind of limped to the locker room. at the end of that one, and hopefully he's good to go. I don't know. Have you heard anything about his status?
I haven't heard about that one. But I was going to say the Rams still do have options with Robert Woods and Kent Akers, who's looking great lately, and Tyler Higbee and others on the offense still. They can step up in his absence if he's out.
Absolutely, yeah. I was going to touch on that because you hadn't mentioned Akers yet. I think Akers was the MVP of that game for the Rams. Honestly, he had, I think, over 150 yards
for a little while now. He's been really good in that offense. Definitely.
Pass catching out of the backfield and running too. Obviously, he was the catalyst for that win for sure, and I think he's going to come through for them again. And Goff, what didn't look the greatest. I mean, he's coming off a thumb surgery, which credit to him playing through that after just having that surgery on your throwing hand. But I think Goff will be serviceable enough. I think the difference in this game for me is the defense. As I said, I think Jalen Ramsey's numbers have been exceptional against wide receiver ones all year. And Devontae Adams is a different beast, you could say, too. He has been the best wide receiver in the league this year. But I think Ramsey will be able to slow him down at least. The Packers do a good job of scheming offensively so that they're not usually able to double Devontae Adams, but I think Jalen Ramsey in single coverage is still a good bet against him as well too. Should be a show, as you said, between those two especially. I don't think Rodgers is able to go off like he typically does. I think 2 touchdowns maybe, but as far as like a score, I'd probably go. Probably something like 24-20 Rams. So a close one, really good matchup, but I got the Rams edging it out there.
Got it.
This is the one I said I was most excited for. The Ravens and the Bills. Ravens came through with an emotional win last week against the Titans. Great get back, revenge for that loss they had last year to the Titans in the playoffs.
Quick time out before we even get to the actual game itself, just to add to that little quick point about the emotional victory.
Yeah,
it's clear. I don't know how much more clear it has to be for people, but the outside things of football matter. The talking, the chatter, and the stomping and whatever. People last month kept trying to tell everybody, "Oh, it doesn't matter, guys. We're on the field. Just about the game, and there's so many other elements." When guys talk, when guys are stomping on your logo and doing all this kind of stuff, the guys on that in those jerseys, they clearly feel away, and it continues to show. So yes, I was very happy to see that we have to respond to the Titans who stomped on our logo for beating us in the regular season, and we turned the favorite in the playoffs. So yeah, just wanted to say that trash talk matters in this game. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was clear that both those teams don't like each other, still don't like each other. As LAMAR said, he had no reason to shake their hands after the game. He was questioned about that, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with. I love sportsmanship, but I also love good competitiveness in sports as well too. So I like when there's animosity between teams and then they're really going at each other as well too. I'll go ahead with my prediction first on this one. Yeah. I haven't gone with the Ravens since probably middle of the season.
I know.
I made a declaration on this platform and said, like, I can't trust them anymore. But I do love how they've been playing the last few weeks. I think I had concerns about their defense because it wasn't quite to the stature of what they're usually accustomed to. You guys are usually lockdown defense every week in, week out. And I hadn't seen that. I know there was a couple of injuries as well too. But the last couple of weeks, I've loved how they played on that end. Holding Derrick Henry to 40 yards rushing, astounding. We've talked about how that man could be an MVP candidate as well too, rushing for 2,000 yards this season. And that was the key to that win. So because of that, I'm going to actually formally pick the Ravens again.
Attaboy. Welcome aboard.
This week in this matchup.
Brother, I like that.
I love how Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs have been connecting this season. No one expected Stephon Diggs to lead the league in receiving yards this season. But as I've said, how Josh Allen has proven himself, but there's still one little part of me that's like, I don't know that he's really the real deal yet.
Yeah.
I think he's going to make a couple mistakes against this defense. There was a couple mistakes he made towards the end of that Indianapolis game where they almost lost that game. It ended up being real close. Yeah. And I think a Ravens defense is going to capitalize on a mistake or two from Josh Allen in this one. And that's why I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome aboard. Thank you for that. We definitely appreciate it. Took you long enough. You were hating on us, calling us frauds all year long.
You gotta prove it to me. You gotta prove it.
While we deserve that name, but we've turned things around, and I'm glad we've done so and finally won you over. So yeah, definitely appreciate that. And with that, I'm picking the Ravens as well. If the hat didn't already give it away, but yeah, I think that though LAMAR himself has expressed concern, potentially it's going to be a snowed out game on Saturday night. What he may not realize, or maybe realizing now as he's watching film and things, is that this offense is fit to play in any weather. I think that this run game that they've established, and LAMAR, his ability to maneuver and escape when things break down, I think it fits a stormy game like we may get. So with them and the defense stepping up, and they have shown that they can stop the number one guys. What actually concerns me about the Bills that they have guys opposite of Stephon Diggs, like Gabriel, not Gabriel Davis, is that him?
Gabriel Davis is out there.
Beasley and others. Josh
Brown too. Yeah.
So I'm more concerned about how we handle other guys. I think I don't want to put too much attention on Stephon Diggs, though he does deserve it. Because Josh has shown he can spread the ball out when Stephon is unavailable. So hopefully we do that. But then now going back to the Ravens themselves and that offense, I think LAMAR can have a very good game against them and make whatever he needs to happen. That they now have shown that they're going to stick to themselves and play our game. That was the big thing I wanted to see in his last in the game against the Titans last week. They stuck to themselves. What's called ground and pound is that type offense, and at the same time, still when we get to the ball. Hollywood Brown was he who deserves some credit. Had over 100 yards, I believe. So if we can maintain that run game as we do, and then find Hollywood or Willie Snead or these other receivers. As I said all year long, I was waiting. I just wanted to see our receivers develop. I want to see how the guys outside can spread things out so that our run game can continue to do what we do. And they've started to do that, and hopefully continues this weekend. I think it will. Going with the Ravens. And I think it's going to be somewhere around I don't think this is going to be a high-scoring game either. I think this is going to be a nasty one. It may be around the shit. I don't want to go too low. I'm saying like 24-20, something like that. 24-21, like a field goal. Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. Even though we close, I think the Ravens still will have somewhat of the control of it throughout the way, and then Justin Tucker will come in and ice it for us in the snow. So yeah, I'm rolling with my boys, and I hope that I'm right.
JT missed one surprisingly.
He did, and the whole world
another big one late.
Everyone paused. We're like,
hey, he's usually automatic. Another point. Oh, go for it.
I was going to say, I think he'll make them when they matter the most this week. So, we still trust him.
Yeah. Another point, too, I was going to say is that the Bills, while they've been dominant in the passing game, don't have a very balanced attack. I believe they only rushed the ball about 10 times last week between Singletary and Zach Moss. And if the Ravens can just key in on the pass game, And
if I remember, didn't Zach Moss get carted off last week also?
He may have, actually. Yeah.
So yeah, that run game, if they don't have a run game, it's going to be difficult for them. But still, I think, as I say, it's still going to be a 3-point game. So we'll see.
Yeah. I didn't throw a score prediction out there, but probably a little bit higher. Maybe something like 31-24, something like that.
My bad. Say that again.
One score game.
Say it again. I lost you for a second.
I feel like 31-24, one score game, something like that. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I like